Do you want to learn how to turn your longboard easier? Then stick around as I walk you through 4 different cutbacks, plus a very simple footwork tip that will change your game. I'm Shannon Ainslie, a surf coach. And while I mostly ride shortboards, I've already made a full tutorial on cutbacks. A cutback is one of the most fundamental maneuvers in surfing. It's basically how you redirect your board back to the power source of the wave to find speed again. For longboarders and intermediate surfers, cutbacks are one of the first real turns you'll learn. They are relatively easy to get the basics of, but doing a clean, powerful, and stylish cutback takes time, precision, and good footwork. But today, we are focusing on longboards. So let's break it down and look at the key variations of the cutbacks on a longboard and what makes each one unique. Riding any big board like a mid-length, mini-mile or longboard is more difficult to turn, which requires you to stand further back to pivot the board. The whole length of a longboard should be used. The nose is used for doing nose rides and the tail is used to pivot the board. Cross-stepping back and forth is how you keep a smooth and stylish flow while riding a longboard. Now, speaking of cutbacks, there are 4 different cutbacks we can do on a longboard. A normal cutback, a grab rail cutback, a drop knee cutback, and a cross step cutback. The first 3 cutbacks have one thing in common, where I lift the back foot up and place it further back above the center fin to be able to pivot the board easier and better. This helps me place more weight and pressure on the back foot over the tail to drive the board more off the tail and rail area, which will then help me turn the board faster. With a drop knee cutback, you need extra space to place your knee down, so stepping your back foot further back is very important. The difference between these 2 cutbacks is that with the grab rail cutback, I get lower and grab the rail during the turn. The cross step and drop knee cutbacks are very technical, and I must say I definitely struggle the most with the drop knee cutback. Placing your front foot at the back behind your back leg is the main difference with the cross step cutback. And I must admit, when you get it right, it feels really good. It's important to not have too much weight on your back foot, otherwise you will lose your balance and fall off. And when I say back foot, I mean your front foot during these cross-step cutbacks. Here you can see when I have too much weight on the back foot, the board shoots out and I fall back. There are 2 basic footwork tips that I can give you before we end off. On this wave, you'll notice that I'll step my back foot forward for a bit more speed, and then the moment I want to do a maneuver, I'll step it further back to pivot and turn the board. If you are not used to moving your feet around, practice by just stepping your back foot further forward for speed and drive, and then back again for a maneuver. The very last thing is that you want to practice good habits. A lot of intermediate surfers riding longboards pick up on the bad habit of shuffling forward and shuffling back. And this is a bad habit which is difficult to break at the end of the day. So rather practice a good habit of walking forward and back, cross-stepping forward and then cross-stepping back. And you can start by doing 1 or 2 steps forward and then 1 or 2 steps back. And the more you get the hang of it, the more steps you can take. And yes, you will end up falling every now and then, and that's a part of the game. We learn through trial and error, but as long as we practice the correct technique, as long as we practice the good habits and not the bad habits. I will leave you all with a couple of good videos of 2018 World Surfing Champ Sawyer, who I used to coach. No, I never coached him in any longboarding, but I used to coach him on a shortboard. He's also a very good shortboarder. But here we go. Have a look at some of his very good footwork, nose rides, his cutbacks, cross-step cutbacks, drop knee cutbacks, etc., etc. And again, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and to let me know. And please remember to hit that like button and press follow and subscribe for more. Cheers.